This is Young.
Start the lawnmower.
Pastry. Past our wise. We are out here, in here, and around here. Welcome to the Just Bike channel, Chanel. I am that nigga. That
Which
cloud.
one?
The clouded wonder. This is Watermelon versus Pumpkin. Watermelon versus Pumpkin. And as you can see from the decor, boo, niggas. Sorry.
If you're watching on YouTube, we have a nice little decoration.
Decor for more. And it's around that time of year. And we here, man.
This, if you are listening to it the day that this drops, this is Halloween. The 31st, Vanilla Ice's birthday. We'll get back to that. But off the intros real quick, man. I am not your, I am his co-host, Lil Mattress, man. Lil Mattress on everything. Follow me there. Watermelonversuspumpkin.com. That's watermelonvspumpkin.com. You know that the podcast is available wherever you listen to podcasts, where you upload your podcast. Our podcast is also there. We're not here to compete with you. We're just like, yo, if you know,
shoulders.
let us be here too. You know what I mean?
Rub shoulders.
Exactly. It's big enough for all of us. Ballin', trust. Listen, hit up this hotline, 203-594-6977. Let us know how you feel about Halloween. Let us know if you feel like that it's just pagan rituals and that we're doing the devil's work.
Devil's work.
Promise we're not.
Devil comes in the shape of a Snickers.
Listen, red hots.
You know what I mean?
They don't know what it is. But yeah, man, like, share, subscribe. If you're watching this on YouTube, you see the decor sponsored by Dollar Tree, not sponsored, but bought by. So it was about a $7 purchase. And now we set up. We got balloons to spare. We got heads wrapped. We got this bitch in the back. I don't know her name. Hey, boo.
Hey, she
3
like
broken hearts on her.
All right. Like a bootleg version of my girl was Elvira.
Bootvira.
Bootvira.
That's what it is. So yeah, man, if you could, if Japan is out there, man, konnichiwa, we appreciate it. Anybody listening out in Japan,
in Japanese?
I wish I knew.
Okay.
But I hope to anybody out there has a happy Halloween, because theirs was probably yesterday, because I think the time difference is like that. But yeah, man, episode 44. Many rappers over time have kicked in the door, waving one of them.
Listen, hello. Is a 44 wave that many people could. That might have been a caliber for your ass.
True. John Wilkes.
44 is a nigga age soon. Some years. I got years. But still, nigga. I'm closer to 44 than I am 24, nigga.
Bars. Man, you want to... It was the worst shit in 8 Mile when Eminem does... Which he was a good actor, but the worst shit ever was he was in the car with the other dude, and he's like, man, you ever feel like you got to stop living up here and start living down here? Like, get away.
So, nigga, I hate everything you stand for right now and a dumbass shit like that.
Put your face somewhere else.
Makai didn't say that, did he?
No, Eminem said that. I think to Makai, actually. To Makai.
Why would you?
That shit was the worst.
You approved of that line in the movie, Makai? You do this for a living, nigga. Like, yo, can we?
Tell Makai.
You just go to the director, like, yo, can we change that line?
Right.
No.
This shit is ugly. But yeah, we're off that. Welcome to the Watermelon versus Pumpkin Halloween extravaganza. And, we're not trying to slant things in a certain direction, but it kind of is pumpkin-ish at the moment, if you will.
Right.
But as it should be, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to bring a pumpkin to, the summer barbecue, because
that time. Right now it's the time for the pumpkin to flourish.
It's the time.
They appreciate it.
Season for pumpkin.
Carve.
Speaking of Carve, real quick, man, saw the bleach commercial today, because maybe bleach sales are down. I'm not sure, but I saw, quick tip out there. You've probably already carved your pumpkin, seeing that we are dropping this on Halloween. But for the rest of your life, you can know this knowledge, because you got to know the ledge. There's bars there. Listen about it. Fuck. That was early this time, because usually at some point in the podcast, we do hit the table and it shifts. Right now, I believe we're about 4 minutes in and we already hit it and the camera shifts. So now, if you see it from a different view, we here for you.
When bars come.
There it is.
Sorry.
So, message. Man, what they say is 3 tablespoons of bleach into 3 gallons of water. I don't know what bucket you're using for this,
tablespoon a gallon, huh?
If you got it. Yeah. And then you put it in the sprayer. And after you carve your pumpkin, do your whole thing. They say spray the inside of the pumpkin. And apparently, what I'm going to guess here is that it kills the bacteria that would break down the pumpkin.
That eats the enzymes.
And your pumpkin is supposed to last long and strong. And, and if an animal tries to eat it, you probably kill them too. So listen, 2 birds, 1 stone.
2 birds, 1 stone. That raccoon done fucked up. Because that's more than likely who are the ones that are eating this shit.
That or the cats might be out there gnawing on it. But
skunks too. We can
skunk
we
funk.
can do without skunks.
Yep. So yeah, man, there's a tip right off top, man. If you're looking for a way to keep your pumpkin past 2 weeks, there it is, man. Pour some bleach on it. That's all we're saying.
Some bleach on it. Each one, bleach one.
Oh man. And I think that might be another record. About 4 minutes and 30 seconds in, the name of the episode is out there. Each one, bleach one. Halloween extravaganza.
That might have been a record. We usually get that later steamroller for y'all that know and listen and watch. Yeah, we get that later, but it comes in the deep of the night. And then sometimes we'll find something that might be even better. Niggas like, you know what, scratch that.
Exactly.
That's the new name.
Drop it on it. So with Halloween coming, I know that sometime they do it early. Have you gone out with your daughter yet for Halloween? Have you been in? I know you've been in a couple trunks already.
I did a trunk or treat one.
Put the trunk on.
She went to
Put
one.
The pump on.
She went to one without dad on this weekend with her big sister or whatever.
Did you say big?
Big sister.
Oh, I thought you said something else.
Big. It's a big. It's a G. I don't know.
I heard the ITH, man. I was wrong. Listen, my bad.
That's order up, nigga.
I thought you were throwing shots. I was like, woo.
So, she went, and I don't know how many people were there, but I know the makeup job that I did last week on when I showed y'all niggas came out beautiful. Yep. I heard this one didn't, but she still won a prize for, I think, best costume for the kids.
Hey-o. Not bad.
Zombie, maybe, because no other. Oh, there was probably 6 fucking
princesses.
Right.
Yeah,
6 princesses.
I was gonna say, what is the big one this year? Because I remember a couple years ago it was the Frozen princess,
was
whoever that was. And I remember everybody with the remember when Suicide Squad came out, and then everybody turned into fucking Nostradamus and was like, "This year, I predict that people are gonna dress like fucking whatever her name was, Daddy's little."
You know what costumes? You know
what was her name? The Joker and the fucking
Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn. There we go. When everyone was just like, "I think this."
Oh, that was last year. Harley Quinn. Cause my daughter was asking. I'm like, no.
Nah, boo.
But because she's still young. She's 9, but she's a little chunkier, so she's out of the little kids' sizes.
Yeah.
So in order to get a Harley Quinn, she's got to get like the young adult.
She got to get the $24 costume.
The one with the fucking ass cheek shit hanging out, looking like Harley Quinn with the short. It's not. No. That's not gonna happen.
That's why you and I already, okay? That shit ain't cool.
Yeah, that ain't happening at all. But I think the one this year, what have I been seeing? I have been seeing a lot of what the fuck's that video game they're killing or whatever app, Fortnite. There's characters from Fortnite.
That's where that dance comes from.
Yeah.
That Fortnite shit.
Yeah, there's like characters with like pink hair and shit. They had costumes for these people that I would have no idea who that is.
Yep. Hey man, like I've said plenty of times on this podcast, and I will say plenty more. We are old. We don't know what the fuck's going on, and you have the link to the youth because you have the daughter in the age
still attached to what's going on a little bit. I have to know because I mean, when she gets older, I gotta kind of be ahead of the curve a little bit. I don't want to be the old fucking dad that don't know what the fuck's going on out there. Like my dad's so stupid; he didn't even know how to instant message somebody. Like, nah, nigga, this ain't gonna be me.
Right?
I'm trying to learn the shit before you.
Yeah.
How does my dad know about the IG? This is what I do. You see, Will Smith got a better damn Instagram than his son, who's now currently involved in that bracket of
youngins,
technology, youngin shit.
John Wilkes Truth.
Can't fuck with Philly Willie. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Shit, but nah, she's gonna be the zombie girl, as I showed last week with the blood Walking Dead shit. I'm gonna hook it up again. She's doing a something party earlier, a pre-opening for Dave & Buster's. She gets to play for $1 an hour or two.
Hey, not bad.
Pick her up and we'll go fucking hit the block, hit the ad. We're trying to go to
the block.
Yeah, niggas know you got to go to some decent, good neighborhoods that give out good candy. Can't go around the hood, man. It's like 3 houses and they don't give out shit.
So yeah, now let's move into the candy space, man.
Okay. Where we at with it?
Because as I say, I go to the dollar store. You see the accoutrements, but man, I would never do anybody dirty and buy the candy to pass out at the dollar store. I mean, you could buy the personal, but I'm talking about, because you remember going trick-or-treating when you were young and shit, and you got those unspecified, I don't know what they were, but they would be like in a either a black wrapper or an orange wrapper, and you didn't know what the fuck they were.
What the fuck were those? Those were like bullshit Mary Jane kind of things, right?
Almost Mary Jane, almost saltwater taffy, and you were just like, I don't know.
Bullseye, right?
Yeah. But being so young, you're just like, I don't know what this is, but it's candy, and I'm young, and I know that I like candy, so I'm going to eat it. And even though you're like chewing on it, I don't really like, but you know what, it's candy, so I'm going to try to have another one, and you're just like, thrown off the pivot.
Right. Way off the pivot. So here's an interesting one. Here's a little segment we're going to do. It's called Eat It or You Tell the Candy to Beat It. Now we're going to go to which ones, when you open up that bag, it's like, yeah, that's a go, and this is a no. Because I remember exactly what my no's were. And it's always on the fence when I talk to people. I don't know where you stand at with this situation, but Smarties, it's a no for me. It's a niggas. I gave my Smarties away. If not, I traded for a dot or something. You know what I mean?
See, now I only went when I was young enough to go. I only went out with, it was only me and my brother that went. And he was older than me, so trading really wasn't happening too much. You know what I mean? Like there was some trading,
right.
But
you couldn't bring it all to school.
Smarties were at the end of the bag. Smarties were at the bottom of the bag, at the bottom of the pillowcase. And when you were done with everything else, like, and you're a kid, and you're just like, well, this candy's better than nothing. You know what I mean?
So then I guess this is going to have to do.
You put a half a pack in the jaw, and you're just like, fine, man, it's sugar, whatever.
So that was always a no for me. Like,
I'm with you on that. They definitely weren't any. But I know what you're saying. There were people who, I mean, someone has to like them because they made them in fucking.
It's like fucking ribbon candy. Somebody's still eating that shit.
Yeah,
ribbon candy's like
Or like you ever go to your grandparents and they had the strawberry weird candies in the bowl and they were just horrible.
Those like medicinal.
Yeah,
fucking tasted. I actually like the strawberry ones, man, with the little goo in the middle.
I never really got into them.
No, I actually enjoyed those one with the green top. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It looks like a strawberry.
The strawberry candy
packaging, but and it's got the goo.
And it almost looked like it was like a cough drop butt candy. It wasn't necessarily, you know,
like your Ludens. Ludens was never fucking cough drops. Anytime your mom's like, "You want to get cough drops?" What a kid gonna say? Yeah, Ludens.
Yeah,
Ludens.
Yeah. No kids like, "Ma, can you give me Fisherman's Friend?"
Right.
Just blow my whole throat out.
Ricola, please. The organic or nasty one. Yeah, that's the one I want. No, you definitely went for Ludens, and it definitely never helped out your fucking sore throat. This shit was fucking candy.
And you never even like actually sucked on them for more than 2 seconds. It was just you bite them.
And then I tried to suck on them because I actually had a sore throat to see if it would work. I'm like, this shit ain't working.
Luda.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so that was you know which one I'm a maybe about that comes inside your trick or treat bag? The popcorn ball. I actually like popcorn balls.
Popcorn ball.
Yeah, but it's one of those like, I can't be mad. I wish it was a Snickers.
Yeah. For me, that was an in the middle one. It wasn't on top of the list, but I didn't hate it. You know what I mean?
It wasn't
Unless, you know when I hated it? When it became a baseball. Because if you even had any air touch that popcorn, that shit became fucking, you know.
Yeah, watch out for the pitch, nigga.
Yep.
You're going to beat him right in the head. But I know what you're going to hate is definitely the orange and black fucking candies.
I don't know what they are. I don't know where you get them.
Right,
I'm not even sure. But
I remember trying them and not liking them. I remember that. Like,
yeah. But then, like I said, still going back and being like, let me just make sure that I don't like this. No, I still don't like it. But let me, but it's candy and I don't know what to do.
Right. Dots are love-hate.
How much paper did you eat back in the day with the fucking dots that you couldn't get off the piece of paper?
Oh, those dots. Okay, I was talking about the gummy dots, but those dots.
I'd
rather talk about those ones on the paper with the little fucking dab of solidified fucking sugar. Yeah,
that was it. I remember it was like yellow, pink, and blue.
Yep.
Maybe green too.
Green was in there. It was a green one.
But yeah, it was just, I don't know if they still make them, but they were just literally like, imagine just a little dot on a piece of paper, like no bigger than, I don't even know what.
And it's funny because after so many of those dots, they didn't all come off clean. So you ate paper now.
Oh, yeah. Plenty of paper. Like,
you ate plenty of paper.
I remember it was a shock if one came off clean. Like you'd be like, oh my God, what does this taste like alone without paper in it?
Oh my God. Yo, do you remember Good God, we're gonna bring it back way
In
back
September.
for niggas that's over 30. You should remember this, nigga. When they came out with the bubble gum with the edible wrapper. Hello.
Yep.
Do you remember this shit?
And then
I remember buying this shit either.
And then I remember trying it with other ones too, because then I remember the rumor in my school would go around that like you could do that with fruit stripe gum too. Nope. No, you can't.
I remember the fruit stripe. That's not fruit stripe. No, nigga, it's not fruit stripe.
Nope.
I forgot who had the edible wrapper gum, but I remember buying the shit and excited because we didn't even got to open it. Just eat it.
Yep.
It's the laziest shit we do in life.
But I remember that it like killed the flavor because it was still you're eating a wrapper.
Right. I think that was like that with bubble gum Major League Chew.
Big League Chew. Big League Chew was the one, man. I remember the grape Big League Chew. I could still taste that right now.
Right.
That shit was fucking serious.
Of course, I liked the watermelon one, but it was great though. But when you shove that shit in your jaw, niggas like, I gotta be the whole pack guy, you know. And then niggas used to get annoyed at the whole pack guy. This nigga right here with the whole fucking pack in his mouth. Why you gotta be an asshole? Like, this is what I want to do though.
Right.
You just want
to do that baseball thing.
Right. I want to look like I'm chewing tobacco. Like,
yeah, man. I was old enough, and because I know you were too, man. I remember candy cigarettes. I remember
candy
those
cigarettes.
Shits.
Ooh, and even they had the chalk ones, the chalk candy ones.
Yep.
And then they had the gum ones that blew a puff of fucking mist in the air. Like, what the fuck are we doing?
And I remember they tasted disgusting, but like you felt cool as like a 4 and 5 and 6 and 7-year-old to fucking just. Yeah.
That's fucking terrible, man. What are we doing? We used to smoke indoors and fucking give our kids fake cigarettes.
And you think, because Big League Chew, that's just tobacco in your mouth. Then the fake fucking cigarettes.
Lucky Star that looked like fucking, what the fuck? Yeah, we got those in the pack. I remember these little hard bubble gums, but they were like a hard candy outside, and then it was gum in the inside. And then when the wrapper was like, had writing, it was like green and red, I think, or green and orange. It used to be at the penny candy spot. For niggas that know about the penny candy spot, woof, you go in there with $1, nigga, you are set. 100 pieces?
You're living.
For $1?
Man, I'll never forget when, there's a little bit off Halloween, but it's still with candy, when it was either Costco or BJ's, whichever one first came, and for people in different parts of the country that might not know those, they're bigger than the big box stores.
Right.
They're the membership stores.
Value stores.
The membership stores where like you can go and buy fucking 10 pounds of mayo if you want to.
The bulk shopping.
I remember the first time we went there, my mom let me and my brother get a big thing of candy if you wanted it. And I got, you remember tongue splashers? Do you remember that candy? Tongue splashers. They came in a paint bucket.
Woof.
And
yes, where do I remember this?
Because you lived, brother.
Right, I'm trying to wait a minute, holy shit! And you fucking your tongue was the color.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, your tongue was the color, or whatever. And I remember my brother got a big ass thing of lemon heads, and the shit was serious, man. I remember like that was the most candy I ever had in front of me at once, and it was just I probably went through it in like a month. You know what I mean? Just like, hey, I can have a piece of gum whenever I want it at all times, and my tongue's gonna turn a different color. That shit was serious.
Listen, here's one of the favorites I used to fuck with, nigga. A little Laffy Taffy, niggas. We
Taffy.
do that taffy. Fuck that joke because it's really not worth it. Actually, I'll give you guys a joke here. We're gonna give you a joke from Laffy Taffy, and you're gonna let me know how you feel about it.
For those just listening to the audio only, what my brother here has done is opened up a Laffy Taffy, and this is not the old school Laffy Taffy. This is the new Laffy Taffy that's actually soft.
Yeah,
because. These motherfuckers don't know about the square Laffy Taffy.
Listen, that was the shit.
They made you savor that. You could not.
That's the shit that dentists put out to make sure you came to see their ass.
Yep. The old school square Laffy Taffy, the hard shit, that was, you couldn't eat that quick. Like, imagine a stale Starburst. That's what it would be, man.
That was an ugly ordeal.
Yeah.
So here's a quick joke for you from Laffy Taffy's finest comic relief writers. How many vampires does it take to put in a light bulb?
How many?
None, because vampires like the dark. Did you? Okay. What is the best way to keep water from running?
What?
Don't pay your water bill. Somebody make it stop. It's a tough crowd.
Hello.
So yeah, you got jokes with Laffy Taffies. That's been a thing that's been going on for a while.
Man, and I'm telling you, if you guys might be of a certain age and they might still do it, I don't know, but man, Bazooka Joe Bubblegum, where the bubblegum rapper was a comic.
Oh yes, get the comic.
People don't know about that, man. Where
Bazooka Joe, nigga.
There was actually something to like interact with after you had man, it was on the fucking rapper, and I don't know if they still have it. Hopefully they do, so another generation can feel that same warmth,
get involved,
feel that same wrath. But yeah, man, that shit was where it was at. The old almost like interactive candy, where like even though you're eating it, like it wasn't done yet, you know, you still had that.
Oh, what you call it? Definitely got thrown back at the door. Niggas with them little pumpkin face shaped fucking bags of pretzels. You can keep that, nigga.
I don't think I ever got pretzels, man.
Oh, I definitely got some pretzels, motherfuckers.
I never got pretzels. Bags. I definitely got 50 pennies. Like people were handing out bags of 50 pennies, and you're like, what are you doing? And I remember always a big goal of mine was if some people would hand out McDonald's coupons or whatever, McDonald's things for like free, ice cream or whatever, you
get glow sticks sometimes.
I never got a glow stick.
I got a glow stick one time. People get weird shit sometimes.
Yeah.
A little kid book. You niggas giving out books? We're here for candy. I got fucking books at home.
Right? Yeah, it's weird that some people can't lighten up for the day. You know what I mean?
Right.
Where it's just like, listen,
I'm going to give you something better than candy. You don't need all that candy. Fuck you. This is what it's about. Let me get candy, go home and drive my parents crazy.
Right?
Shit. What you worried about?
And then, of course, like if you ever got, obviously off top, the best thing to ever get was a full-size anything.
Oh, yeah.
The best thing was a full-size anything.
Oh, yeah.
Even if like you weren't really a big fan of Three Musketeers.
Right. You might have ran
if you got a full Three Musketeers, you're like, well, you know what?
And if you in that neighborhood and you get the king-size bars, I ain't never been in that neighborhood, but they out there.
Either. Yeah, I've heard rumors.
I've heard rumors and stories. That's some like Greenwich shit, I don't know Connecticut. That's like one of our rich parts here.
Yeah, how people say Connecticut is rich. There are parts of Connecticut.
Right, they're talking about
rich.
Greenwich.
Yeah.
In Fairfield, these are the kind of wealthier guys.
Mm-hmm.
We know what was my shit though. What I had to hide all the time from my mother was the Reese's cups. Fucking, that's probably one of my number one.
Those were the best, man. If you got Reese's, I was never the biggest on Snickers. They were good, by no means were they bad. But for me, it was Reese's and Milky Ways.
Milky Way
were my shit. If I got those two, I was happy. And Almond Joy and Mounds were a nice second place.
It were.
And then I remember we would go home, and my dad would look through the candy and take out the bad stuff. And now I'm throwing up these quotations high. Once again, guys, no gang signs, so let me clear it. Clear, no gang signs. Clear, no gang signs.
Safe.
He would take out the bad candy, which means that he would off top, almost like a pimp that took us out on the stroll for the night. Maybe this might be the name of the episode. Was my father a pimp? Because would take me and my brother out on the stroll, okay, have us go up to the houses, then we get back, empty our pillowcases on the table, and he would, do the first pass to see what was bad, and we couldn't have.
So dare I say the nigga had you out there tricking and treating?
Tricking, and that's where it comes from. He had us tricking, and he was treating.
He was treating himself
Come
to
on,
all
man.
his fucking candy.
He had us tricking, and he was treating. Wow!
Tricking and treating. Oh, that could be the name of the episode. Who knows? Nigga, tricking and treating. But I do know my mother did the same shit. And she used to bag all my Reese cups, man. I gotta make sure. And I was like, Ma, I had 10 Reese cups. I got 3. There was something wrong with them. They had holes in them. It was always search for the pinhole, right? Look for the pinhole. And if you had a candy that might have got disheveled in the fucking bag
unwrapped while you were while you were walking.
It's like, yo, they try to get me, son. Don't eat that, son. Don't eat that. They try to kill me.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure it just came out of the fucking package by mistake.
Exactly, because I have a gang of fucking.
I mean, let's talk about that one too. Like, have you ever really known anybody to get poisoned or fucking the razor blade in an apple? Or...
From what I've heard, it's never happened. I've always heard that it's a what do they call those
urban
things?
legend?
Urban legend. Yeah. I've heard that it's never happened, but I understand being careful is of course a thing. And nowadays, in my opinion, would be the time where it would happen. But man, if you're doing that, like, who the fuck are you? And then I remember hearing, actually a couple years ago, that people were giving out like ecstasy tablets instead. And I'm like, Who's giving away all these free drugs?
And you just sit there at home just like, I did that. I did it.
Yeah, like I can't see the aftermath of it, but I know that I did it, and maybe somebody will someday, like it's they say anybody that like burns down a building, they'll probably be there watching. You know what I mean? So like if you gave out drugs to people and like you're not going to watch them. Yeah,
right,
exactly.
You want to follow, and maybe you have that. Some people have that sick fascination with just knowing that nigga's dying. I don't have to be there. I just know he's dying, and it feels good. You know what I mean? Like I can picture it in my head. Like reading a book, I just come up with my own visuals. Like, what the fuck is going on with these niggas?
Yeah, hopefully forever that shit would just be a myth, and because I could picture it, being shut down at some point if fucking it ever did come up. And two, like, fuck, man, like not to get emotional and emo about it, but like, why would you want to hurt anybody just like trying to go and get fucking candy?
Right.
This shit doesn't make sense to me. I don't get it.
People just like, I want to do it because I want to do it. What are you searching for? This 5 fucking seconds of fame in life of being the guy to do some dumb shit,
or just like giggling behind the door because you knew that it was you.
Right?
Like, I don't get it.
So come out from behind your shadows, bitch, nigga.
It might be the name of the episode. But do you remember how old you were when you stopped trick or treating?
That's a good question. Shit, because a nigga wanted candy, I probably pushed it like 13, 14 with a mask on.
Yeah.
When that's like, you're kind of too old at that point, but it's like, if I just throw a mask on, I could pull it off. Unless you were like a gargantuan fucking teenager, like, all right, little nigga. No.
Yep. I remember being so let down and so like heartbroken. The last year I did it, like my brother wouldn't.
Right.
And because he's 2 years older than me.
Giving up, bro?
Yeah,
right. He's already like, I'm trying to get pussy now.
He's 2 years older than me, so he was like, no, I'm not going. I'm just not going. And I'm just like, man. Because he was in high school and like I was probably in middle school, just like, yeah, I'm just going to go one last time. And then,
it's like you ruined everything, nigga.
Right? So then, like, trick-or-treating alone is not fun at all. And at that point, my father's just like, all right, we'll go out for like a half hour or some shit. Like, we're done with this stuff.
We're done. Let me get those Reese cups. Get on a stroll, nigga. Yeah.
Those Almond Joys don't look any good. Let me have them all.
It's pimpin' days. Daddy's damn Superfly, nigga.
For real.
Was my daddy Superfly? I don't know. I felt like I was being tricked out there in the streets.
Right.
But it's always that motion of getting everybody and everybody's run. But I tell you what I did notice, man, the last couple of years with my daughter, just looking at kids that we went with and kids that are out, man, these little niggas don't be running no more, man. Like, I remember hauling ass house to house. Like, oh, shit, another light. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're sitting there, I'm like, you little niggas, I'm out there like, yo, come on, let's go.
Yeah,
like, that was never my parents. My parents were just like, slow down, wait for us.
Exactly.
Now we pushing these niggas like, come on, go to the next house, come on.
Because I remember my father, because where we used to go was in Stratford, and the streets were, just line up. So he would just be like, fine, get that street, and then go down the next one, and then I'll, meet you on the other side.
We'll get a rendezvous.
We'll
get a rendezvous spot. Niggas,
because they knew that we were trying to go. And I remember, man, I felt so bad one time. Because me and my brother, you're young, you're hyped up, you don't know shit, you're just fucking going house to house. The light was on, we were up, ding dong. Okay, just waiting. Ding dong. Waiting. There's a big ass bowl of candy right there. So these motherfuckers didn't want anybody ringing their fucking doorbell. And here, me and my stupid ass brother rang their doorbell like 4 or 5 times. Like, the lights on. That means that they're supposed to come. And like, that they're inside the house. Like, there's a bowl of candy outside, you stupid fucks.
And they're like, at that point, they don't even give a fuck if you take it all one shot, one kid. Take it. I put it there because I know that's a risk.
Yeah, I remember we didn't because it wasn't like anything great. You know what I mean? We probably took like 3 or 4 each, but it was like
fucking bucket full of Smarties.
Exactly. It was one of those like, we don't really
like you niggas. But that's the thing too. And then people that get an attitude, like for you out there that don't know this holiday, traditionally, what we done on this holiday. You knew when a nigga gave out candy. For y'all that don't know, is when he has light on.
Yep.
And so then when you got all mad,
we'll leave the light on for you.
The nigga that leave the light on and don't got shit, and now he's mad at you. Nigga, you know how this works.
Right? That's what it is.
Turn your fucking light on if you don't got candy, or I'm going to knock on your door.
Dude, even driving Uber late at night, man, when I'm doing the deliveries, like I'll drive, and if someone has their light on, I'm like, Thank you so much. Like, you wouldn't believe how many houses I'll pull up to 2:30 in the morning, all the fucking lights are off, and they want to meet me on a sneak tip around the fucking side of the house. And I'm like,
who are you sneaking?
I'm like, it's McDonald's, bro.
Right. But that's that shit, yo. She can't see me eating this shit. I keep getting yelled at.
Exactly. No, I've gotten notes that are just like, please don't beep, please don't ring the doorbell. I'm like, who the fuck pulls up and is like, food's here. I'm just like,
here. Ding dong, come on down.
Like,
you know how this shit works. You see me coming, you come outside when you know I'm gonna be there, nigga.
Yeah.
It's pretty evident, man.
Right.
But I tell you, but just watching the way they flow when and shit, there's a lot of kids that parents just don't even want to take the kids out anymore, man.
Yeah.
You know, I'll buy them candy. I'll wait for November 1st and go to the store and buy a shitload of candy. Nigga, that's what I do. Now as an adult.
Because I can't trick or treat anymore.
Right. You know, I mean, my daughter's, you know, she's not with me all the time. She's going to take that bag of candy home. But I'm going to be like, yo, you should divvy that up. Leave some with me.
Mm-hmm. For real.
And bring some home. And if it's light, don't worry about it. I'll buy a bag at the store.
If it's light. And I was also never one that had a fancy bag. Like, it was straight up, grab your pillowcase and go.
Nigga.
I never had no fucking, because I see him in the
Fancy bag.
dollar store. I see him at Walmart. I see all that shit with the
even the
pumpkin.
buckets. I didn't have the bucket like that. Maybe they gave me a bucket when I was a little dude, but
yeah. But nah, it was pillowcase for life.
It was definitely
that might be the name of the episode.
Pillowcase for life, nigga. That was the one. Listen, because I remember, because then if you had back in the day, you had your decal fucking pillowcase. My little fucking Jedi, Return of the Jedi, nigga. Let's go. I'm out here. I got my Luke Skywalker, you know what I mean? Pillowcase. Fucking Thundercats or some shit. Voltron. I had a Voltron one.
I definitely had a Hulk Hogan rock and wrestling set, man. I buried my first dog that died, Max. I buried him in my sheet. From Hulk Hogan Rock and Wrestling. It was I was like, you know what? I'll give this one to him.
So that's right now. There is a carcass with a blanket wrapped around it still to this day.
In the backyard.
In the backyard.
Listen, next episode we might go.
We might go dig it up. Look at this vintage blanket.
This used to be my dog.
Right, and if you clean the fucking blanket up, it's probably none left in the world. You might be able to sell the bitch for a lot of money.
Well, Hulk Hogan's not doing so great now, but
did all his merchandise and shit, his memorabilia go dwindle a little bit?
I mean, there's probably still people that are out there that love it. You know, you can get caught saying the N-word on camera, and well, I mean, he didn't know he was being recorded. That doesn't mean that.
Away from people knowing they're like, damn, Hogan, you had a lot of niggas in the hood that loved you, man. It's fucked up. Like, not Hulk Hogan. He was like the American icon, man.
Yeah. But I remember, I would definitely go with the Hulk Hogan Rock and Wrestling case. And also, I remember having a mean Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles pillowcase that we would go out with, man. Because you always wanted, like, the newer, stronger ones, too. Because you didn't want a bullshit pillowcase that might have a hole in the side of it, and then things are leaking, you're losing fucking.
I can't even think about what. Can you think about? I don't even know if I can think about what was like, what was your child or your favorite costume you were, you know? Even, I don't know, maybe if it was as an adult even. You know, adults go to parties. We have a good time. But
honestly, me and my brother had some bullshit costumes all the time. We did the homemade most of the time. I remember when I was super young going to Ames and buying, like, you remember the costumes that were just, like, a sheet in front of you that was, like, kind of plastic, kind of latex. That was the character on it, so it was almost like a.
I had a Cookie Monster one like that.
yeah. Because I had a Casper the Friendly Ghost one like that with the mask that's just some hard ass plastic that might cut like the edge of the mask might cut you
with that little tiny ass string that didn't last through the night.
No, with the thinnest that my father would keep having to fucking retie, and then every time it's smaller, so every time the mask is even tighter on your face, so the shit is cutting in your face even more.
You are becoming Casper.
I remember I had a Casper one like that. My brother had like a Batman one like that, and I might have had a Spider-Man one like that too, but. And even as we grew up, me and my brother were ninjas for like...
Oh, God. Ninjas were the way to go.
We were ninjas for probably like 8 years. Because we would have the bandana, and then my father bought us like not a full triple double OG and a gi, but like almost just like a robe.
Right.
And then you would have the plastic sword, and you're good.
You were good to go.
We were ninjas for a long time.
Ninjas were the way to go. Shit. I tell you that one time I told that last story of being Freddy with the bullshit claws.
With the bullshit
that
glove.
was supposed to be my favorite costume until the claws
Freddy
came
with the
out.
bullshit glove. Freddy with the bullshit glove.
That sounded like a nigga up the street. You know Freddy. Freddy with the bullshit glove. nigga live up the street. Yeah, that was me. Damn, but I used to like putting together shit too, wearing a mask.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Just throw that mask on the face. That was more when I was older, you know, like that 11, 12. Just get a mask, man. I just want to.
All you need, you need something. There. I remember I was an old man once. I did that, put on the sweater, put the baby powder in the hair when I used to have it. R.I.P. my hair.
Okay.
But yeah, I remember there definitely wasn't too much put into it. Like, I know some people go all out.
All out, yeah.
Like me, when I was older, when I was like 25, 26, I bought the gorilla suit that I had, which was like $80, and that was the most I ever spent on a costume ever.
So the gorilla, a gorilla. But I always wanted one of those like full costumes, but mom was like, "That's just you ain't getting that shit."
No, same here. It was just always like, no.
You go, which one? These are the ones you could pick out of Cookie Monster, Casper. You want to be Elmo?
Because it was always just like, to wear one night? No, we're not doing that for you. I remember back, man, I remember one time my father proposed to my mother, like, you want to do Christmas a week late? Listen, and he laid out the whole plan of just like, everything goes on sale right after Christmas, man, we can just do it a week later. And then my mom was like, no, we got to do everything on Christmas. But it was like, then growing up, you're like, I feel you, dog. Like, I'm not, today I'm not mad about it. I would have been like, yeah, I get
She's like, nah, tradition, keep the spirit of it. You can't have everybody else is celebrating Christmas with us. It's like, no, this plan at work.
Yeah. And we can get them more and all that, but no, I get it. And it was the same shit on Halloween. It was like, we're not spending all that money to use it once and to wear it one night. And, when you grow up, you get it.
Right. Because it's funny because when I went to get my daughter's costume and the girl that worked there was trying to lend some assistance, and she was like, yeah, this one you get that. And I was like, yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out that. She goes, well, if you get that, you're going to be, you'll get that. If that, you're going to be wasting money for to wear it once. I said, honey, everything on Halloween's a waste of money.
Exactly.
There's no like, oh, I'm glad I saved money there. No, you're buying shit to wear once. You know, it's unless you can use it as props, kind of how we do at times. Exactly. It ain't no use. You know what I mean? And it takes up clutter shit in your house. And you're like, remember this mask from 3 years ago? Why do I still have it? Throw that shit away, nigga. Yep.
Throw that shit back to Goodwill, you know?
But I enjoy some good scary makeups, though. If somebody put some time into some gory shit, you know?
Yeah.
Those are always good, you know?
I like how people do they make like underneath their jaw to their neck, the mouth. How people do that shit? That's cool, man.
I've seen that. I even think it's cool with the ladies who do the zipper face.
Yes, I like those.
They zipper and it's like their mouth is like gory, bloody. That's dope.
Yep.
You know what I don't see a lot of?
Titties, man.
Titties on Halloween.
No, they're out there. They're out there.
Oh, they definitely are. But I remember when we were younger, man. I don't know if you ever went, but I remember there was always like a couple houses that were there to scare you. Like, there's not a lot of those.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, you pull up, and they're like, the people are all into it, and there's fucking guys jumping out of caskets and shit. It made you glad to get, you got Hermes candy. Nigga, come and get it. Oh, fuck.
Yep.
Get that and then run up out of there. But not many. There's a spot in Sonia, Connecticut, that I went last year, and there was one street. They had it blocked off, like it was a cop and everything. So the people on that, they got ordinance to do the shit or whatever, and they blocked off the whole fucking block, and they had a bunch of
block
shit.
the block.
There was one house near the end that had like mad shit in front of it, and a couple other houses were like almost trying to compete with that guy, but he was the
one. Yeah,
he was the big dick in the room because he was definitely like, what the fuck? And he was dressed like Colonel Sanders, like, look at this slave owner, look at nigga. He had the bucket of chicken and everything, but his house was lit, but and then they had shit in the middle of the road. So that was kind of cool, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, oh, see, that's the shit, like, more of that should go on, but not much.
I feel like nowadays people would get sued and shit because, I walked on your property, then you jumped out and I fell and all that. People are dumb nowadays.
Yeah, it's too happy, man. Everybody's getting sued. Everybody's getting offended. Yeah.
And that reminds me, you know what I miss? Because I remember me and my brother doing this, going on haunted amusement rides. Those were, and I'm not talking about the hayride. I'm talking about like when you would go on the haunted ride where it was like a roller coaster, but not the fucking huge roller coaster shit.
The little one was dark as shit.
Dark as shit. Shit would be popping out at you. Those were dope, man.
Those were good. I was scared motherfucker, but it was good, boy.
I definitely remember doing the throwing a couple of fadeaway punches of just like you fly this way but doing that, you know what I'm saying? Of just like, wow.
Yeah, move right, throw left.
Yep.
Boink.
Because shit just, that, man, there's something about us where you just love being scared.
It is,
you know what
man.
I mean? There's that, it gives you that, you feel alive, you get that energy into you of like,
euphoric adrenaline.
You have to think about it when like, okay, I'm going to pay my money to walk in here or sit down and ride in here, and I know I'm going to get scared.
Right.
When it doesn't seem like something that you would normally want to do, but you're just like, yo, I'm going to go in there, and I know I'm going to get scared, and I'm going to be happy about it because it's going to make me feel alive. You know,
it's like,
come on.
It's like a, it's like a gun in your face to make you scared, but you sure as hell don't want to be.
You don't want to do it. For real.
No, not this one. Not this one. This is different.
Yeah. I don't mean not this kind of scared. Not this kind of scared.
But no, and it's funny because I went to Fright Fest. I don't know if I spoke about that last show on Six Flags, but they just didn't do it. Like they did last year.
Yeah, I remember. You
I think I
had
elaborated.
touched on it.
Yeah, it was just kind of like, you niggas, I shouldn't have to be walking through an exhibit going, hello. It's supposed to be constant people popping out, or a little lull when you think you're,
exactly.
You get
That's
moment.
it.
Yeah, that little breathing moment.
Not where you get too much, where you're just like, all right, it's been 4 minutes. Like, no, I want like. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, now we waited. Like, now it's been a minute. Boom. Oh, shit. Okay.
Right. Oh, shit, that got me. Not like, yawn. What is this? Where are these?
Bogey.
All these. There's the one out here called the Trail of Terror, though, in Wallingford, I hear. They grow every year to the point where I'm hearing that they fucking, like, it's going on up until this Wednesday, or I think it goes on up until Halloween night. I think.
Yeah, makes sense. Till tonight.
Right. Tonight. Wink, wink. But they're so busy that they sell out. You can't even go there and get a ticket at the door. You have to prepay them because they fucking sell out like crazy, because every year they put more into it and they have so many volunteers. It's a traditional thing, and I ain't been since I was a teenager, so I couldn't make it this year. So next year, NY next year. Next year.
That's dope.
You know, so trick or treat, niggas. I'm gonna be out there with my daughter.
That's dope. I'm gonna be at work. It's how it goes. But no, it's a beautiful thing to look back on about getting scared and
after trick or treating. So it's gonna be fun.
And something to look for the night before the whole mischief night, man. Because I know in different states it's different things.
Yes.
We do Mischief Night in Connecticut, and I know in other states they do Devil's Night, and Devil's Night seems to be a lot worse than Mischief Night.
Well, I know we used to call ours Hell Night too. Was another name we used. Hell Night, Mischief Night.
But I, from what I understood, a lot of people that do the Devil's Night type thing, it would be like burning down houses and shit.
Like yeah. You think it's doing some illegal shit?
They would do wild shit. To where us, it was just like, if you put bologna on a car, does it really take the paint off? You know what I mean? We doing dumb shit like that and throwing
and then, the good old infamous toilet paper in your tree and shit, and the whole block is lit.
1, 2, 3. I remember because last year I was delivering Uber, and I only saw one spot because I remember like I turned the corner and somebody got the whole fucking block.
Really?
To where there's toilet paper in everybody's trees on the whole block, and I was like, I forgot that it was Mischief Night until then. I was like, holy shit.
That's right. They got busy, but that's like a beautiful winter wonderland.
Like
snow.
I turned and it was just like nostalgia, like a mug.
Yeah, I was known back. I went out a couple times back in the day. Come on, ain't no innocence around here. We got devils around here, cuz. I went out and we did some egg tossing. You know what I mean? I'd have to give the most disturbing one. Shout out to young youthful friend, my nigga J Rock. So what J Rock decided he wanted to do, we lived in this, project kind of apartment complexes.
My project.
And he took a shit inside of a plastic bag. He shat in like a ShopRite bag, or grocery store bag, plastic one. He shit inside of it. Then he took toilet paper tissue and smeared it in the shit and went to every car in his parking lot and hit the door jams. Bam, bam, bam. So motherfucking disgusting. Can you imagine going to your fucking car early in the morning? I gotta go to work now. Yeah. What the fuck is that? Oh, and you know that whiff is like that ain't dog shit. That ain't dog shit, nigga. That's I mean, if you'd have used dog shit, a nigga be like, all right, it's dog shit. Well, it's like, no, this human shit on my hand. Oh, that's a problem.
Yeah, that's vicious.
Yeah, that was probably the nastiest one I encountered from a nigga that when he was doing that, I was like, I ain't fucking with you. We all went out together.
Yeah.
But he was on his like, yo, guess what I'm about to do? I'm like, yo, guess where I'm about to go?
Away from you.
Right, I'm going that way, nigga, because you wildin'.
Yeah, that's some vicious shit right there.
Literally. It's just dukey shit, nigga.
Hardcore Duke.
Yeah, but I think they still do it. I mean, I seen some toilet paper.
Yeah, I've seen some toilet paper. I really haven't seen any. Like, because even me, man, I'm not saying I'd be happy about it, but if I was driving and I got a fucking egg hit my car, I wouldn't be mad. Right. You know what I mean? I would definitely just be like,
got me.
Thanks, guys. You're still out here doing it. I'm fucking proud of you. Like, I remember I got a prank phone call like a couple years ago. And
it's the greatest moment.
And, dude, because, like, I'm in it, and then I'm just like, I mean, that wasn't a real good prank. I was like, so come on, man. Like, you're going.
Now you're telling them, come on. I need more. This is bullshit.
Exactly.
Oh, my God.
Man, I remember back in the day making prank phone calls and just having like a gallon of water over the toilet. And then calling back the same number and leaving another message where they're still pissing. Man.
Oh, my God. Yes, the pranks before the star 6ix9ine shit.
Yeah. Before caller ID and shit.
Caller ID.
Once again, we're old as fuck. I get it.
He was able to get away with all that shit, man.
But I remember one mischief night where, like, I don't know why, but my mother was out somewhere, and I had a couple of friends come over, and my girlfriend at the time, and I was probably like 17 or some shit. And, like, one of my buddies had just gotten his license, and he's like, yo, we're going to go out. And because people had also some Christmas decorations up. So he's like, okay. He's like, we're going to go deer humping where we don't hump the deer. But what deer humping is when people have the lighted up deers on their lawn, you set them up like they're fucking doggy style. You know what I mean?
That's great.
Yeah.
All right.
And also we were, that was like the penalty for the people that had up the early decorations.
Right.
And then we went through my mother's cupboards and cabinets and shit, and we're like, yo, I don't know why we had a box of latex gloves, and we were like, yo, we're going to make our own bombs, but not exploding bombs, but just with like we would put like molasses and vinegar and ketchup and tie it up, you know what I mean? And then just fucking drive by people's houses and launch the shit at their cars, launch it at their house, launch it whatever.
Upon explosion, it's like, hey, you're throwing water balloons, nigga, that ain't water.
Because even, man, if that shit lands in your driveway, you would go out the next day just like, what? Molasses and vinegar and ketchup? Jules, that shit was rough.
Yeah. And you got your classic people that set the dog shit on fire in a brown bag in front of the house.
That's one of them, man, I've always heard about, but never, I know it's been plenty of movies.
I never did it, but I've heard stories.
Rumor has it.
Yeah, I've never partaked in a, conglomerate group.
The dog
said,
Duke.
Let's do it, guys. You bust her shit today?
Yeah.
Go get Buster's shit. We're going to light on fire in front of Mr. Johnson's house.
Yeah, I've always heard that. And then ring the back doorbell, then they walk through the house, all that shit.
Yeah, cherry knocking, nigga.
Yeah.
Shout out to cherry knocking. I don't even know if they do that anymore. No, they don't, because little niggas don't go out the house anymore.
Exactly, yeah. Nobody leaves the damn house. And if they did it, they would fucking record it and they'd put it up on Instagram and get caught immediately.
Right. So, oh, God. It's like we can't even do regular shit without having to document this shit.
Right?
Everybody's a reporter and a superstar.
Everybody's recording their own reality show, and that's the problem. They're just like,
it's true.
Well, I'm a star, but I'm also recording it. And
right. It has to be all eyes on me, Tupac. Recording a reality show. Reality.
But there's also some crazy fucking stories of like Halloween when, like somebody really dies, and then people like they
the urban legend.
Whoo, yeah, man.
Someone dies every time. Like, nigga, it was once. But it's enough to spook a motherfucker, man.
Yep.
I mean, shit,
or like there's always, I remember that story of like somebody hanging themselves in their front lawn. Oof. And then they're just like, it's a decoration, blah, 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 whatever. And it's like, no, there's really a dude that just hung himself in the front lawn.
That's that shit. I tell you, and I do like this time of year, man, because I love scary movies.
Yeah.
So if you got like regular, I mean, now it's like I'm in the era of just streaming whatever the fuck I want to watch. But if you just got your basic cable, you enjoyed it growing up because it's like the scary movie marathons are on. Good old Fear. I don't know if Fear TV still exist. I don't know. There's so many channels. I'm pretty sure it does.
Yeah.
But that's
probably
not
somewhere.
Part of it. But yeah, not your sci-fi is your probably your basic one that they show just you'll get into your Jason Voorhees Friday the 13th marathon, which I dug that. Freddy's my all-time nigga. Got to give it to Fred, cuz. Gotta give it that.
Fred is scary as fuck.
It's scared the shit out of me, man. It's just the fact of a nigga getting you when you go to bed makes it not want to go to bed.
And that was the thing, man. Back in the day, movies like that changed how like an entire country would go to bed. It would be like that shit would change the entire country where like kids were like, no, I'm sleeping with the lights on, or I'm gonna try not to fucking sleep, or all that other stuff, you know?
What's those pills they were taking in the movie?
Yeah, man.
Sniffing caffeine pills. What the fuck are you doing?
Sniffing that vitamin B12.
Yeah, what the fuck? But nah, I remember being younger, man, and I used to sneak in. Like, you know, I'd go, my mother's, the days of the, once again, we old niggas, the onesie pajamas with the feety, with the plastic bottoms that when you shuffled, made the noise.
And you would get your dick caught in a zipper. I've done it before.
So I'm walking, and I used to shuffle in the kitchen. She said she used to sit there. I knew she was watching a scary movie because you could hear the fucking, you know, the cinema in the background. Like, oh, that shit sounds scary as shit, nigga. So now I'm creeping towards the kitchen, shuffle, shuffle. She used to hear me. And I just slowly poke my head around, and she either be like, come on, or just go back to bed. No. And then the come ons were always the best. Nigga, I run, fly, jump into bed, and then immediately get there, and then pills over the top of the head. like the excitement of being scared. I can't wait to be scared. I am so scared, nigga.
That is where it's at.
It's just that thing, because at that age, it feels so fucking real. You know what I mean? That's like, it's got to be real.
Right? And always those 80s movies, 90s movies were all like, you felt like they could really happen, you know, especially like Halloween, like the first Halloween. I just watched it a couple days ago. Not the new first one, or not the Rob Zombie first one, but the first one in the 70s.
Jamie Lee.
And yeah, it's just, man, that shit could happen back then, you know?
Right. And that's what they had to rely on that storyline, as opposed to now they're just trying to rely on like graphics and gore, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And run away from storyline, because like a lot of the newer shit guys are running on storylines.
Yeah.
That's why I get excited when I watch a new scary movie that is something different. Like, that was different. Okay. I fuck with that.
And even like Halloween, it's one of the scariest movies of all time. But when you watch it, there's barely any gore. Like, yeah, he'll stab a couple people, but it's not like they're not showing him stabbing the shit out of people and you see the entire fucking to the white meat and there's blood spurting. No, man, it was a quick fucking cha-chunk, you're dead.
Right. All people needed to do was have that scene. She's walking somewhere late night and she goes somewhere and the camera's in one spot panning on her walking away. And as she's walking away, just a pair of fucking legs walking to the screen. Like, niggas watching her. And that's enough to be like, oh my God, I think about that shit all the time. Somebody's watching me. You know, because back then, people walked everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And there was a lot of...
and there was no whip out your cell phone and make a phone call. That's why I really like how Rob Zombie does a lot of his movies in the 70s. He like places them in the period of... So you can't just solve the problem by picking up your cell phone. And even some people solve the problem by like, we have no reception. Like, you know, that does work that too.
Shit. Oh, my battery just died.
Yeah. But that's why I like the period pieces back then where it's just like, it's in that dusty 70s, 80s. Like, we don't have a cell phone to call anyone. We're down a back road and fucking... Holy shit.
See, and I know I like all the scary movies because somebody asked me this the other day. They asked me, what is your preference in scary movies, or what kind? Slasher, whatever. But I said, damn, that's funny because the slasher shit is dope. But I guess mine is probably more paranormal, I think. I fuck with, like, Exorcist was the scariest movie to me. Like, for me, like, the scariest movie that ever, for me, that when I first saw it, had me like, oh, shit. Was The Exorcist, because I remember at that age, I'm like, because, you know, my mother, I'm around that shit a lot and hearing stories about demons and, you know, exorcism and shit, and then I'm like, yeah, I felt like that shit could happen. I don't know, and then it's like, you know, she's stabbing herself in her vajayjay with a cross. Like, that was pretty intense, that movie, man. Like, this is bugging out. Linda Blair is going sick, nigga.
And the vomit and everying, where head spinning around, you're just like,
walked up the stairs backwards and shit. Like, that shit was crazy.
People are still rapping about it. You know what I'm saying? People are still rapping about it.
True story, man. That was the one that kind of was a pivotal, like, holy shit. That's what I think pulled me into, like, okay, that more paranormal, like, demonic shit. Really fuck with me, like, oh.
Because then I think about it in terms of, once again, the whole, like, man, they say people really do get possessed. You know what I mean? I've never seen anyone possessed. Personally, I've never seen a ghost, things like that. But I wouldn't, you know, be as brazen as to say that they don't exist.
Right.
You know?
I wouldn't write the shit off.
Exactly.
Because I ain't see this shit don't mean it ain't out there, cuz.
Exactly. That makes it scary as fuck. But even like It is another one that I watched. I didn't see the new It, but I watched the old Stephen King
90s,
It,
yep.
and even that movie. There's not a ton of blood. There's not a ton of anything. I like the more psychological of like they kind of leave space for you to fill in the blank, and you to scare the shit out of yourself.
It's a mind fuckery. Like, what is he? What is that? What is going on? He's just this creepy ass looking fucking clown, and they didn't really overdo him. Like the newer one, it's really dope on the makeup and shit, and you could see the whole detail. It's a very detailed look to him. But back then, it wasn't much. Just all white makeup, and he just looked demented. His eyes, he got real big, and he had that fucking shit going on with his mouth. It was, and people that are scared of clowns, it was a go.
Yeah.
You scared of a clown, nigga, then that's your ass.
Right. Yeah, that was my thing. Is like I don't dislike the movies where they show all the blood and they show all the killings. That stuff is cool, but like even I enjoyed Paranormal Activity. And
Those
you
are dope.
Pretty much never saw anything.
Nothing.
But it was just people flying in the walls and shit, and you think about that when you go to bed at night. I'm just like, holy shit, man. When you hear that noise in the other room.
It's
man.
like, what if something pulled the covers off that I couldn't see?
Right?
Oh, Halloween, y'all. Boo, niggas.
Weenie ween.
But, so I look forward to going to see some more Halloween is out, the new Halloween. I heard it was whack from the one person that told me. But, that might be their opinion. See, people thought Freddy vs. Jason was whack, and I thought it was a really dope movie. So
yeah, I didn't mind Freddy vs. Jason. I wasn't mad at it.
I think I like the way they, because it's always like, how are they going to put them together? How are they going to incorporate
Yeah,
them?
yeah.
And I thought the storyline was kind of.
But it's funny, too, because sometimes people do the thing where, like, they get so mad at it happening, but it's like, yo, you got to make it happen somehow.
Right. Like, we already know it's
like,
happening.
oh, man, this shit doesn't make sense. But listen, this dude keeps getting shot and he never dies. Listen, this dude's living inside your dreams, but you're worried about that,
right,
this part doesn't make sense.
Yeah, you're going to nitpick on something. Like, the guy's fucking flying through the air, and you're going to worry about something that he shouldn't.
Yeah, that really couldn't happen. Word. Right. Also, no one can kill you in your dreams.
Right.
Also,
Well, Bruce Lee, that was the legend of Bruce Lee, that he had a demon in his dreams that he was fighting, because he died in his sleep or whatever. So they're like, okay, well, it was the demon in his dream. Have you ever seen a Bruce Lee movie, Enter the Dragon? The one that his son played him. It was came on the 90s.
No, I didn't see it.
Yeah, it was like Enter the Dragon or some shit, the Bruce Lee story. And it was about, I think his son played him in that movie, or did his son die right before that? Either or, Brandon Lee, right? What's his name?
Yeah,
he died in The Crow or something.
He died in The Crow, yeah.
But, yeah, that movie was dope. But in there was all that about him constantly having these bad nightmares, and he was always fighting this like samurai fucking warrior demon, and then when the demon killed him in his dream in the movie, that's when he died in real life.
Whoa.
So that's one of their theories. Bruce was fighting demons, nigga.
You heard it here. You heard it here second. Maybe. That's nuts.
Yeah, so
Yeah. But yeah, man, once again, hit this hotline and let us know about your Halloween experiences, extravaganzas. Tell us your favorite candy, all that other stuff, your favorite movies, perhaps the least favorite everything. Let us know if we talking that bullshit. Let us know if we correct, man. 203-594-6977. You can call or text. It's, of course, for free forever. It's nothing. Episode 44, Reggie Jackson, Mr. October, home runs out the ass.
Hello.
Episode 44. President 44, much like this show, black and white, Barack Obama,
faux, nigga, kick in the dope, nigga. That's what I'm talking about. Tom Rathman, that was very random, nigga. He played for the 49ers during the Joe Montana era. You read it, look it up.
You don't know about Danny Ainge?
Danny Ainge, the range Ainge. The nigga used to shoot the lights out, cuz.
Yep. Danny Ainge, Jerry West, man.
Yeah. Derek Coleman. Hello, DC.
Hello.
The bald nigga that looked like Barkley's little brother.
For real. He was on the Nets?
He was on the Nets.
He was on the Nets for a while?
Yep. And I believe he had a pair of sneakers out. I think there was some Derek Coleman sneakers, if I'm not mistaken.
They were tossing them to everybody for a while.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Xavier McDaniel had a pair of sneakers. The X on them, if they remember those. Xavier. Shout out 44, man. Listen, we out here, in here, and around here, man. And we love all of you niggas for listening, because at the end of the day, y'all.
It's always the beginning of the night.
And at the beginning of the night, it's going to be Halloween, and you niggas going to be scared.
And which means next week, it's Christmas. So get ready.
Right. We're going to skip right through Thanksgiving, nigga.
Exactly. Fuck Columbus.
Right.
Shout out to the, indigenous people. They are not Indians. They are not Redskins. They are the
Happy Indigenous People Day. Indigenous people. I love you guys. I mean, if that's what you want to be called, all 6 of you that are left, then fuck it. Let them niggas be. No, I was kidding. But
guys, the black guy said that, not the white guy. The black guy said that, not the white guy.
I say that in a sense because the shit's real. The niggas damn near mass genocide, man. The niggas is almost all gone, man.
Right.
Fuck what you heard. So there are 6 tribes. I'm sorry, not 6 people.
Tribal.
6 tribes out of 800. And you are, and you were, and you continue to listen and watch Watermelon versus Pumpkin.
Once again, like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We see the numbers are rising. We appreciate that, man. So please spread the word as much as you can. My name is Lil Mattress. You can find me LILMATTRESS on everything. WatermelonVSPumpkin.com. Watermelon VS Pumpkin on Instagram. Everywhere else that you could picture it. Like I said, the podcast is everywhere the podcasts are. So catch us there. You know what I'm saying?
And catch them all, Pokemon. Sorry, man. Love y'all niggas.
Fo.